Hey guys, how is everybody doing? Hello, hello. Please let me know if you hear me. I found out that something sticky got into my microphone 2 days ago when I went live, and it's inside the USB port thing, not on my computer. It's a separate attachment. So I'm just using my regular mic. Hopefully you can hear me, and hopefully doesn't sound too bad. So hello Brandon, how are you doing? Hey Alexis, I'm so glad you like the puzzles. Hey Nancy, thank you so much for my gifts today. Nancy gave me some amazing gifts, and if you follow my stories you can see those for Ivy, for my little girl. Okay, great. So Alexis says I'm all good. Yay. I'm gonna have to fix that or either buy a new microphone altogether. I think it was something from Christmas cooking. So when you're in a camper, your kitchen is your living room and things get all mixed up together. So anyways, if you have not already, please grab the freebie that is in the caption. It is 10 different, you can call them mystery pictures or secret, I call them secret picture tiles. They're digital Google slides, and they're these self-checking activities that students solve question answers while creating the mystery picture at the same time. So it's self-checking and interactive, and I do Google Slides, but I do believe I gave you the PowerPoint as well. So students can do the activity on either one. Nancy says, if we signed up for the newsletter already, will it automatically send us, or do we need to click on the link and then download? So I'm having a problem with my newsletter. If you are not getting a daily newsletter, then you may, if you just want to go ahead and get the freebie now, I recommend you going through the newsletter process again. I'm trying to figure out what the issue is. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to just send my daily 12 days of free templates email to everybody, regardless of tagging, because I have a weird list. I have a list that has people that are following me for smartphone marketing tips that are not even teachers, and then everybody else they're either teachers and or TPT sellers. So I try to make sure I'm not like sending stuff to people who aren't interested. But at this point, so many people are telling me that they're not getting these template freebie emails. And so tomorrow I'm going to do that. But if you did not get an email today and you know you're a subscriber, please, I'm so sorry, but please go ahead and click on the opt-in form to get these templates. And hopefully tomorrow I'll figure it out. I mean, I've gone to actual individual people, they're tagged correctly, and then I go to their emails that they've gotten from me, and they're not getting the emails. So it could be whatever the some AT&T issue or whatever. Thank you, Deb. Deb says Ivy is adorbs. She is so adorbs. She is hopefully sleeping right now with the husband. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Hopefully you have the freebie. The first thing that I have to do is pick the giveaway winners for the first 2 days, which is for, okay, pick the giveaway winners. Those pink slides keep me like together. I'm sorry. Okay, so far the winners of the giveaway for today I'm picking is going to be the Smart Sub Plan Templates Lifetime License. So the first person I pick is going to get that. And then the second person I pick today is going to be the Smart Class Website Lifetime License. If you already have it and you want to choose something different that's the same value, around the same value, then totally we can do that. And then tonight's giveaway in 2 days, I'll go live again and pick the winner. Is going to be the seasonal secret picture tile bundle that this freebie came from, the New Year's freebie, plus the commercial use license, which means for all my digital secret picture tiles that you have, you can sell them as well if you add content to them. So Hey Robin, thank you for all that you're doing to make teaching fun. Yes, I'm so glad that it's making it fun. We need some fun right now. Okay, so let me just go over here to entries. Okay, so this person is getting the substitute. Amy Moses is getting the Smart Subplan Templates Lifetime License. And then, I hope I don't forget this, but I think it should be recorded here. And then this one is for the Smart Class website. I was so confused. I was like, did I win it? It is Tabitha, another Tabitha. So she wins the Smart Class website lifetime license. Okay, so let me tell you also that there are new entries. So there are some new entries for sharing yesterday's freebie, which was a boho rainbow newsletter, and then you've got new entries for today's live video. So all of these will go towards the individual daily giveaways, and then also the big one, which is the TPT seller all access bundle. You don't have to be a TPT seller to win it, but you have to be somebody who likes to make resources with clip art and templates, because if not, it's going to be wasted on you. So I figure if you're here right now, it's because you are totally interested in design and making resources, all that good stuff. All right, let's get on with the secret picture slides. Well, I'll go ahead and I'll do the special word that you will enter into the giveaway, that you were here at the giveaway. So sorry, I'm getting some allergies or something. We'll just say is, let's say it's kindness. Today is kindness. So I received kindness from 2 different friends online, teachers, TPTers, gifts for Ivy that meant so much to me. So kindness is what you put in the raffle copter for today, and you get 3 entries. All right. Okay, so now we are going to edit the secret picture tiles. So what you'll want to do, Mr. Reynolds' room, Brandon is making a TPT resource, a PowerPoint game. Awesome. And let me know how that goes in PowerPoint, because I don't really use it. And my tech is working. Now my voice is not going to work tonight. That's how it goes. Is it 2021 yet? Okay. What you want to do is make sure you're signed into your Google account. And then you'll want to click here, and you'll make a forced copy of it. Now you do have PowerPoint as well. And you have the picture keys. If you wanted to use those, you can actually use the picture keys to make like printable secret picture tiles, or whatever you would want to use those for. You have them there as well. And I'm so sorry for my nose. It's so gross. Okay. So thank you, Brendan, Terry Thompson, and Kathy. I appreciate that. All right, so I'm going to click on, as you can see, these are New Year's, but you can really use them. Almost all of these you could use for something else. Party theme, celebration, fun. So let's do the stars. So I'm going to click on there, make a copy. Heidi, I'm laughing at your comment. Have you thought about designing something around Among Us theme? The reason that I'm laughing is because I'm so out. I've become the old person, right, that doesn't know what's going on. So I know nothing about Among Us, except that it seems to be like little aliens, and it's really popular. So I should probably research that more. But if you make something, please let me know, and please educate me, because I'm so out of it. I mean, I don't even know about Minecraft. That's like, I'm so out of it, I don't even know Minecraft. So sad. All right. So to edit, it's pretty straightforward. There are just a couple things I want to share with you. You have the, yeah, Steph has a good point there, that it's copyright. So definitely not something I would probably, which is one reason why I'm so ignorant, because I know that anything copyright I can't share or sell, but definitely you guys can for personal. Well, I didn't say that. But you know, if nobody sees you, did you really use it? No. Okay. So you have the instructions checklist, which you'd probably want to delete after you get done, but it just kind of gives you the steps. So the main thing that you want to make sure you do when you edit is use the yellow numbers. So the yellow numbers are your guide for where your problems or questions, where the accompanying answer should be. So if you do, I'm just going to do, you know, addition, because I got to keep it simple. But you can put whatever there and just make sure that you put the answer, you find the yellow number 1, or it's not going to add up. And if any of these secret picture tiles don't add up anyway, please let me know, because sometimes that happens. We just miss, you know, make mistakes and miss it. And so you go through, do your answer and question on all of it. Once you're sure, so sorry guys, I'm like so gross tonight. You may want to just make like a copy before you delete the yellow numbers, just so if when you delete them on your file that you're going to share with students, if you have, trying to see if I have something to suck on, if you have any issues, then you can check on your old copy. Because sometimes I'll be like, oh my goodness, what is the, you know, error? Where did I mess up on this? And I can't find it because I already deleted my yellow numbers. Okay, Jamie says, I do not see how to share this. So you can just share like with the share button if you're talking about the giveaway. And if you're talking about that freebie design bundle, then you click on that link and it will pop up a post for you to share. Heidi says, we printed them out and cut in half. Oh, so you actually printed out these ones, the color ones. Students would work the problems, math, and then ask for the answer tiles to check their work. Yes, that's a really good point, that if they're going to do things that involve work, and if you are going to print them out, Heidi has a great suggestion that you will want to not give them the answers, the answer half. I really thought I was going to do this live, okay, because they will, you know, they're human beings, they're going to be, you know, sneaky, and they might like try to just figure, you know, use the picture clues and not actually solve the problems to figure out the answers. So what I would have my students, if I did long division or whatever, then they would come show me the work half before they would start on cutting out the answers and pasting them, just to make sure that they had done the work. So keep that in mind. So once you get all the answers and questions ready, you want to get rid of the yellow numbers, because that is not, you don't want students to see that. Then, before you share, you want to also decide what you're going to do about the picture key. You could just totally delete this and get rid of it. You could put a shape on top of it to cover it if you feel like you can trust students with that. Something that I've been playing around that I think I'm going to create some, I'm actually going to do some content games, is with the reset image feature. can create a self-checking effect. So I'll share that in just a minute. Alexa says, my experience, surprisingly, they don't. I've gone back in their history and they really do look for the answers. Towards the end, they kind of, I read too slow, use the picture when they get stuck. Sometimes I have them insert pictures of their work on the slide too. Oh, that's smart. So, and Alexa said a really awesome thing is using the history, which you guys probably know. I don't know if Google Classroom gives you more detail, but you know, if you're just looking at the Google Slides, you can go to the history by clicking on the timestamp right here, or you can go to File. But y'all let me know if I think Google Classroom may show more. But I never taught with Google Classroom. I taught with Seesaw before I left in 2017. And my 5th grade teacher friend was always like, you need to be doing Google Classroom. And she was right. All right. So now we're talking about the picture key. And I was saying that I've been playing around with this self-checking effect you can do. So you can change this picture of the picture key by going to Format Options, Adjustments, and I take Contrast and go all the way to the left. You could also do transparency. I'm just playing around with that a little bit in different ways right now. And this doesn't really, you don't have the reset image on the iPad app. So, or PowerPoint. So this is really only something you can do if kids are on the web version of Google Slides. So then when they want to check, they click on the picture key, just click reset image, and it goes back to the original, which is showing the answers, you know, how the picture should look. So that's just something I'd throw out there that you could play around with, you know, in self-checking whenever you're trying to create something self-checking in Google Slides. All right. Let's see. Some other things to think about when you're doing these secret picture tiles are the answer tiles are grouped together, and you also can add clip art. It doesn't have to be just text. So what I mean by grouped is that I have grouped the slide, the answer tile square, and the text box together. That way when students move and it to the right place, it stays together. Now, if you're wanting to move things around, or you're going to do clip art for answers and you want to get rid of the text box, then I just click off. I right click back on it and ungroup, or you could memorize the shortcut. And if you want to ungroup all of them to save time, just click over to the right over here and drag this blue rectangle and then let it go so it selects all of the answer tiles. Right click anywhere on the answer tiles and ungroup, and then that way you're not doing it one by one. Then if you're doing something different, or you want to move them around, you want to change the background color, once you're done, you could do the same thing, but you definitely want to group them back. If you don't group them back, when students move the square, then it's going to not move the answer with the square. And sometimes you'll lose a text box, as you see right there. So I'm going to have to click on this one, ungroup, move it to the back, because apparently, so I'm going to order, send to back. Sometimes when you group multiple objects, depending on the layers, something that was on top will end up on the bottom. So that's what happened to this text right here. So now I'm just going to group it back together. And another thing, since you might want to check and just make sure, if you've been doing a lot of edits, that all your solution tiles are still on top. And mine are, yeah, mine still are. On top, I mean, you don't want these text boxes to be higher up where they're still showing when the solution tiles are moved over there. Okay, so yeah, you can do clip art as well. You could just get rid of, once again, if you're unfamiliar with how you can like drag and select multiple, it's just such a lifesaver, a time saver. Not really a lifesaver, that's being dramatic, but you know, and then you could get rid of. But I don't want to get rid of the background, so I hold down Shift and I click on that white background so I don't delete it, and then, you know, I delete, then I could drag in. I know on Mac you can drag in clip art, but I'm not sure about PC because I had switched over to Mac before I started using Google Slides. But let's say I'm going to go to my clip art. This is my no stress clip art. And then you can just drag it in. And you can drag in multiple as well. If you hold Shift down and select multiple items, then you should be able to just drag and drop into. Thank you, Nancy. Okay, so hopefully I'll remember that, so I can say, you know, with confidence that PC users as well, no need to even go up here and try to find insert image, all that. Just drag it in. All right. So then you can do that for your clip art, for your answers or your problems. All right, so I think now we are ready to share. So if you have ways that you would share with students, please let me know. The two ways that I'm thinking of is I would either share with a forced copy link. If they're doing PowerPoint, then they need PowerPoint software, correct? If they're doing Google Slides, then for this, because this activity is interactive, Google Slides interactive activities where they can move things around, the students have to be signed into a Google account. So they need to be signed into a Google account, or you could share it via Google Classroom if you do Google Classroom as well. Brandon says, I am the PowerPoint guy. Is there a selection pane feature for Google Slides as it is for PowerPoint? Selection pane. I'm not sure what a selection pane feature that means. If anybody knows, please help Brandon out. So Alexa says she would just do it as a class, as an assignment. And I have one question with that. I'll ask you in just a minute, Alexis. But I'll go and share. If you are new to creating forced copy links, you do not want to share this as is. You have to share it where students make a brand new copy of it. If not, they'll be moving slides around on your original. So when other students, you know, try to work, they're going to have those edits that previous students have done. So if you're not doing Google Classroom, this is my question, Alexis. If you're doing Google Classroom, you don't have to worry about privacy settings, right? Because Google Classroom's going to do that for you when you select make a copy. But if you're not, if for some reason you don't do Google Classroom, but your students have Google accounts, then you would go to share and just make sure you've changed this right here to anyone with the link can edit, editor, done, go up to your URL. This is the big, because if you give them this URL, they're going to be able to directly edit your original master, which you don't want. So you just want to do copy, replace edit, and everything else with copy. And then that's what will give you that blue button, that forced copy link for your activity. Okay. So Robin just makes a copy for each student in Google Classroom. Awesome. Steph says click on select in the taskbar and it brings it up. Brenda and Terry Thompson says you can upload it to your OneDrive and then assign as an assignment in Teams, I believe. Okay, so that's for PowerPoint, correct? If like you have Microsoft Teams. It's like so many different things. Okay. You need to choose make a copy. Okay, so thank you, Alexis. Share settings don't matter in Google Classroom. So if you're in Google Classroom, you do not need to learn how to do a forced copy. Forced copy, you would need to learn, let's say you got the commercial use license, and you're going to sell these secret picture tiles with your own content, then forced copy links are what you would need to create if you're going to share this, you know, if you're going to upload to TPT, unless TPT has the option to just give TPT access to your Drive account and they will make the copy. I've done that some, and then I've not done that some, and those didn't sell as well. That's just a side note for any TPTers. If you have an opinion on that, it seemed better to just do a PDF with the forced copy links. Okay. All right, so let's go to Google Classroom. So if you're going to just do it right in Google Classroom, you guys know this better than me, but you would just go to create assignment. Now my game templates don't work this way, but if you need to give a copy of Google Slides, if your activity is a copy type thing, then yes, it works this way. So you go to add, you'd find that Google Drive secret picture tile file. I don't have one here. I'm just gonna grab something random, and then this is what you've got to make sure that it's make a copy for each student, not edit file. Make a copy for each student is what you want, and so they'll each get their own individual activity. Okay, so those are the ways that I would recommend sharing, and then as someone mentioned in PowerPoint as well, the way to share that, because it needs to be in edit mode. Okay, I wanted to share something that this is a tip that I got from the techie teacher, Julie Smith, who's my go-to for a lot of things Google. And so if you'd like students to do these activities without having to see the sidebar right here, or maybe I was doing a screen recording of the activity, and you know, you want to get the sidebar out of the way, then this extension, which is called Full Screen Interactive Google Slides, when I click on it, boom, there you go. It puts your Google Slides, even though it's in edit mode and it's not, because see, watch, I can still move things. This is the cool thing. So it looks like it's in presentation mode, but it's not. It's in edit mode, but you no longer have the sidebar, which, you know, it's not important. But if you just had, if they didn't need to have access to the sidebar and they just needed to have that one activity main screen, then grab that extension, and I'm going to put that in the link right now, and then I just do escape on my keyboard to get out. And if it still doesn't show up here, your sidebar, sometimes it happens to me, then I'm just going to refresh right here, and then your sidebar will show up again. So I thought that was really cool to make it not look so Google Slides-ish, you know, make it look more like Smartboard or something like that. And this, let me get that link for you. It's full screen interactive Google Slides. It's a fairly new, I think, fairly new Chrome extension. And if you're not following the techie teacher Julie Smith, you're missing out on some awesome knowledge, because she shares so much good stuff. Okay, let's catch up on the comments. Nancy says you do need to make sure you have your share settings to edit. So you guys decide on that on Google Classroom. Katanya, hey girl, she loves this extension. Okay, Heidi says, an unfortunately comment. My students have access to Gmail accounts this time, but since we're in person, thinking of printing, also exploring the possibility of creating a ClassKick assignment with these. Okay, yeah, awesome. I see your ClassKick Instagram post, and it looks really cool. Steph says, I love that feature as less distraction for the kids, the better. Yes. So they won't get distracted with the sidebar. Okay. Will students need the extension for this to work? Yes. So it's just something that probably would be helpful if you had, you know, Chrome, what are the Chrome laptops called? Or, you know, things like that in the classroom where you have set that. If not, you know, then it's going to be up to students or parents at home to, but it, you know, it's really quick. But if they're unfamiliar with Chrome extensions, they may be like, oh, what is this? We're downloading all that. But all it is, you know, click right here and they would have it up here. But it would need to be a Chrome browser. So if they're using Firefox or Safari, I guess that wouldn't work. Okay. So I think that's all my tips and tricks. Yeah, for the secret picture slides tiles, the one thing I will say that sometimes people say that they really have an issue with is the fact that students can get in, and if they want to double click, they could edit the answers, but only on their copy. So they're, you know, and anytime if somebody messes up your original, I get my original templates messed up all the time. People just go into the URL, I guess, and change it up. So if that happens, you just click on the timestamp and go to history. And I think I had this on the instructions checklist. And just find the time stamp of the last time you edited it, you know, how it should be. And you would just restore it. Once you click on that, it would give you a restore yellow button option. You click on that, and so you're okay. It's not like the students can ruin but it, you know, it can be annoying if they get up here and start playing with the URL or something like that. But yeah, so, you know, sometimes teachers will be like, I don't like that they can double click in there, but the only other option would be is if you actually did the whole process that I did for you, which is you go ahead and on this, you could put in the answers yourself, you know, right here on, you know, on a new slide, put in the answers yourself. Then you'd have to save it as a PNG, and then you'd have to run it through a cutting website, which I'd be happy to put for you in the, and then you'd have to replace these and make sure that the numbers line up. So that to me seems like it is something you totally do, especially if you want to create your own with different clip art. But for this, it just doesn't seem worth it to me when I'm trying to make this easy for you. You know, I just think students, you know, just hopefully they won't mess with that too much. Okay. Okay. Oh, so Nancy's not, they restrict you from doing extensions. There's so many good educational ones. But yeah, if tech would add it, that'd be awesome. So Katanya says that she's excited to try this out. Yay, Katanya, let me know what you think. Yeah, Alexa says too many extra steps. They'll learn to not double click. That's what I think personally. But okay, so Katanya uses that extension for daily slides so she can have a larger. That's so awesome. Yeah. Because I remember I would always be trying to rearrange like my daily, you know, instructional slides where, you know, because I didn't want to be in presentation mode. And I did not have that extension, so that's a smart idea. All right, so last but not least, just make sure, I think a lot of you have already done this, but if you want that design bundle, Then on the up in the description, the very last paragraph has a link for you. You just share the 12 days of free templates to your Facebook, and then it will give you this design bundle for you to use in your resources and commercial and personal use for that. And just a quick reminder about the giveaways, that today's giveaway, which I'll give away in 2 days, is the whole seasonal digital editable secret picture tile set, which this New Year's set is a part of. And then I'll also give you the commercial use license. It's just a logo, and then you add it to your resources if you would also want to sell these resources at TBT or wherever. So you have the Rafflecopter up there to enter for that. And then, of course, at the end, January 7th, any entries you've done over this whole time will go towards the big grand prize, which is my TPT Seller All Access bundle. So that is all. So Nancy says, will this presentation be available to view? I don't know if you mean this live. The live will be here at my channel, but if you mean something different, please let me know. Sometimes I don't understand things well. Robin says that she's made several Greek and Latin quizzes for her students. They are begging for more pictures. I love to hear it. That's awesome. Heidi, thank you so much for your support and all that you have done to help me, and all you've done for the teaching community with tech as well. All right, thank you guys. I appreciate y'all a bunch. So tomorrow, it depends on if I get myself together. It's either going to be a Valentine's clip art set, or I may go ahead and do games. You're going to have one game freebie of my regular games, and then one hunt style game, which is the new game version that I started making. But we'll see what happens. I'm supposed to do the Valentine clip art, so if I can get myself together tomorrow, you'll get a set of Valentine themed clip art. All right, thank you guys so much for the kind words. And Brandon said he's asking about Microsoft Teams. I was trying to scroll back through the comments to see who mentions Microsoft. So Brandon, are you asking about how to share the secret picture tiles with Microsoft Teams? If anybody knows, I think that's what he's wanting to know. And hopefully I feel better too. I was not sick till I got on. It can't be COVID unless the goats gave it to me, because I haven't been in a store since I did go into a UPS twice, and then apart from that, I haven't been inside a store since last March. So that's what being pregnant and having a baby will do during a pandemic. You freak out and you don't go out anymore. So, all right, yes. And kindness is the word for the giveaway for the 3 extra entries. That's your giveaway word for this live. Okay, guys, and I'm sending the newsletter tomorrow morning. If you don't get it, let me know, but I'm going to blast my whole list with it. So if you don't get it, I'll have to contact customer service, because then I'll have a big problem. All right, take care, guys. Have a great night and get you some rest. Bye-bye.